Atlanta, Georgia, a place called Chastain Park. And it was like the stage was covered, but the audience wasn't covered.
Bob Newhart is an American actor and comedian. Newhart made a name for himself in the 1960s with his unique style of delivery as a stand-up comic. Blending a deadpan approach with a stammer, Bob won the hearts of viewers everywhere. He's released a number of successful comedic monologues as albums, and many of these albums have reached the top spots on the charts. He's won 3 Grammy Awards, a Primetime Emmy Award, and a Golden Globe Award. Bob was inducted into the Academy of TV Arts and Science Hall of Fame in 1993. In 1999, he was inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I made the album, and then they figured, well, oh, there's some silence. We can save some time there. So, step.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is George Robert Newhart, but is also known as Bob. He was born September 5th, 1929 in Oak Park, Illinois, making him 92 at the time of this production. He stands at 1.72 meters or 5 feet 7 inches tall. The star sign of Bob Newhart is Virgo. This man was an early home computer hobbyist and bought the Commodore PET after it was introduced back in 1977. I remember leafing through a copy of Popular Science magazine and seeing an ad for a Commodore computer that had 8 or 16 kilobytes. It had an awful-looking screen, and it was $795. I thought I'd better get one because I had sons who were going to be in high school and might want to know about computers, he told the LA Times years later. Newhart is known for his deadpan delivery and a slight stammer that he incorporated early on into the persona around which he built a successful career. He's also won the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, and in 2004, Bob was ranked number 14 on Comedy Central Presents 100 Greatest Stand-Ups of All Time. Bob Newhart got the idea for Newhart while dining at the restaurant of a Hilton hotel in Seattle. After observing the various visitors for a while, he concluded that hotel guests are just as nonsensical as the patients Bob Hartley used to treat on The Bob Newhart Show. After years of heavy smoking, Bob was finally admitted to the hospital in 1985 and subsequently treated for polycythemia. After this health scare, Newhart quit smoking. His idols when he was young were Robert Benchley, Jack Benny, and Fred Allen. Newhart insisted that there never be any children for his character to be the father of in each of his television series. I told the creators I didn't want any children because I didn't want it to be a show about how stupid Daddy is, but we love him so much, let's get him out of the trouble he's gotten himself into. In the 6th year of Newhart's CBS series, The Bob Newhart Show, the writers wrote a script in which Emily Hartley was pregnant. When Newhart was asked his opinion of the script, he said, "It's very funny. Who are you going to get to play Bob?" He has guest hosted The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson 87 times and has appeared on The Dean Martin Show 24 times. In 1963, Bob Newhart married Jenny Quinn, the daughter of actor Bill Quinn. They eventually had 4 children together and raised them as Roman Catholics. Tom Poston was a longtime personal friend of Bob Newhart, who would occasionally pop up on The Bob Newhart Show as Bob's old college roommate and partner in juvenile pranks, the Peeper. He's the best and closest friend of the late Suzanne Plachette and spoke at her funeral alongside Marsha Wallace on January 24, 2008.
Listening to me doing the driving instructor or whatever, and I would almost want to get up and say, "Please, let me do it for you, really."
He was born to George David Newhart and Julia Pauline. His father was a part owner of a plumbing and heating supply business who died in 1985. Raised alongside 3 sisters, Bob attended Catholic schools in the Chicago area as a young boy, including St. Ignatius College Prep. After graduating from the latter, Newhart attended the Loyola University of Chicago. He departed university in 1952 with a bachelor's degree in business management. After leaving college, Bob was drafted into the United States Army. Although he served during the Korean War, he never left the United States and served as a personnel manager. After being discharged in 1954, he went to law school but did not finish his degree. After leaving the military, Newhart worked as an accountant and as a clerk at an unemployment office. He later became an advertising copywriter for a film and television producer. He and a coworker passed the time by making long phone calls to each other, talking about insane scenarios. The pair sent recordings of these calls to radio stations, but his coworker eventually left work in New York, prompting Newhart to develop his comedic style on his own. His friend Dan Sorkin later showed Bob's recordings to Warner Brothers Records, who signed him in 1959. Newhart then adjusted his comedic routine so that he could perform it live at nightclubs and delved into the world of stand-up comedy. However, his audio recordings were definitely his strong suit, and in 1960, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart became the first comedy album to reach the top spot on the charts. Newhart then followed up with 6 more successful comedy albums throughout the 60s and continued to release further albums well into the 21st century. After making a name for himself as a comedian, Bob Newhart was given his own NBC variety show called The Bob Newhart Show. His success as a comedian also led to a prominent acting career. From the 1960s onwards, Newhart booked roles on shows like Captain Nice, Murphy Brown, NCIS, ER, Desperate Housewives, and The Big Bang Theory. Bob also established himself as a voice actor with roles in animated series like The Simpsons. He made a cameo appearance as a sadistic but appreciative CEO at the end of the comedy Horrible Bosses.
You're not going to get a laugh. Like, you don't have to worry about, is this going to work or not going to work?
Right.
Because you know you're going to walk out and hear the air conditioning.
Bob has made money as a stand-up comedian and actor. While this actor has made millions of dollars by appearing in some successful films and TV shows, he's also added extra money to his bank account from brand endorsement deals. Back in the year 1995, he joined several investors to acquire the radio station KKSB in Santa Barbara. Eventually, Bob sold this radio station to Santa Barbara Broadcasting. He has a net worth of $65 million. In 1990, Bob spent $4.2 million to buy a compound in Bel Air, California, the equivalent of $8 million today after adjusting for inflation. The 1.37-acre property includes a 9,169 square foot Mediterranean-style home with 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, a separate building with a guest apartment, offices, and a garage, and a lagoon pool. In 2013, Bob put this residence on the real estate market for $15.5 million. He finally found a buyer in 2016, selling the property for $14.5 million. Just 1 year after the sale, the buyer, a Canadian real estate developer, demolished Bob's 9,000 square foot mansion and listed the nearly 60,000 square foot empty lot for $26 million. In November 2017, the empty lot found a new buyer for $17.65 million. He likely owns the following cars: a Ford Thunderbird, a Dodge Charger, a Mercedes-Benz, a Range Rover, A Cadillac wagon.